Is it playing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we kind of touched this on before, right? That when it comes to the word dawah, there's a stigma attached to it. So what I'm hoping after this discussion is that some of you guys will hopefully, inshallah. In fact, let me ask you a question. How many of you are going to talk about some of the stuff we spoke about today with your friends and family and colleagues? Who's actually, yeah? Inshallah. So that more people get involved, more we can, we can get a good team going, that kind of thing, inshallah. So when you're saying to them, the first of all, they'll come out with, either they will think this or they will say this, that, oh no, I don't have much knowledge to give dawah, I'll come back in whenever, yeah? Or I'm not good enough for dawah, yeah? I've got my own skeletons in my cupboard, yeah? Or, so when you say dawah, because they got this dawah means like I have to become a preacher now day and night, I have to give sermons in mosque, no. What it is basically, as I said to an example earlier, which is basically, think of a friend, and just when you're having a coffee, because we all go on coffees, we all have lunches, yeah? Colleagues, friends. While you're chatting, if I say, if you're going to chat about celebrities, if you're going to chat about the football, women's football, they're doing really well, yeah? I think you lost, typical, right? You're chatting about sports, whatever you've chat, when you're with your non-Muslim colleagues, or when you're with your Muslims, when you go to a cafe, and we all go to cafes and lunches and food, we would chat about something, yeah? Bakwas, or nonsense, rubbish, or, celebrity. So why not, if we're chatting anyway, let's talk about some interesting stuff. And one way is, look, you could bring this up randomly. You say, look, guys, by the way, I was thinking about something. Or I was reading something. Or somebody sent me a WhatsApp video, because there's always videos, that about Allah. Can I share it with you guys? Is that okay? So yeah, go, Tanya, go ahead. But did you know that Allah, there's this word, al-wudud, that Allah is the excessively loving. I mean, have you guys ever thought about that? Like, Allah loves us so much that more than a mother loves her child. That's phenomenal. That just blew my mind. What do you guys think? Yeah, subhanAllah, that's, wow, thanks. And then you move on to this. That was your dawah. So I repeat that because that's the kind of dawah I want you to do, yeah? Or it could be, look, you know what, let's pray salah. Yeah, let's pray salah, right? So you might have to bring around up. So that's the kind of dawah, yeah. And then what happens is, a lot of people have questions. A lot of Muslim youth, from a Muslim youth point of view, they have a lot of questions, but they're reluctant to ask them. So you got to initiate something randomly, and then they go, oh, do you know what? I had a question, by the way. Oh, I was thinking about something on there. Because these days, because of social media and media, Islam is always being bombarded. There's doubts coming, there's issues, there's questions all the time. Why is it this? Why is it that? Why is it this? Why is it that? Yeah. So then you say, yeah, sure, go ahead, ask your questions. And another thing about youth club, again, just to sell youth club and how there's working, is we have this saying, we have this many rules. One of which is that basically you can ask any question you like under the sun. No matter how weird it is, how strange it is, how crazy it is, how dark it is, how disgusting it is, how filthy, you can ask your question, because a lot of youth, they don't get to ask these questions. If they go to their mosques or the madrasa, they're going to get slapped. This is a reality. Either they get slapped, or the people, they don't know how to deal with answer questions. They don't know how to answer questions. Yeah? The famous story, Raja Zia, who's the head of the youth club, that there was once upon a time when he had doubts in Islam. And then he changed, because he was once upon a time away from Islam. He was, his interest was amazing as well. Like he was a theatre director. The Count of Monte Cristo and Phantom Opera, that kind of thing. He was a director in Pakistan. He was known for theatre, subhanAllah. Then he, Hamza, he made Tawbah and he changed. So he said he had a question. He went to the local mosque in Pakistan, and he said, to the Imam Sahib, I have this question. I hope you don't mind. Yes, son, go ahead. He goes, does Allah exist? And the Imam said, well, I have 5-point answer for this. Yes? He slapped him. That's a typical response. If it's not physical, it'll be a mental slap. How dare you? How dare you ask this question? You kafir, you munafir. Stuff like the guys, and this is a regular thing now. Yeah? So what we in Youth Club, we encourage is, yes, of course you can ask your question. This is your chance. And we will not judge you. We will not, you could, because, we also used to have questions. We've been there, man. We know how it is. Come, bro, let's have a chat. Embrace it. Or come, sister. Of course. So, and unfortunately, there's this image that you can't question Islam, Muslims. Like we are so reactionary. It's unbelievable. We are so reactionary. Anybody says so. I encourage non-Muslim, if he says something aggressive towards Islam or Muslims, they'll be, oh, look at this one. But I said that's a good chance to engage with the person now. Yeah, mashallah, you're all wearing hijab and stuff here, mashallah. Yeah. There's a sister, I can't remember where, I think the Manchester Metropolitan or LSE. She asked a question like, I feel I'm going through a lot of Islamophobia, or sisters are going through Islamophobia because, we're visible. Yeah, we're visible. If you headscarf and we're an easy target, Islamophobia. So I say, look, one of the ways to deal with it is that next time someone is aggressive towards you because of your hijab, at work, maybe they make like a mockery, make a snide remark, whatever. I said, rather than feeling defensive and say, oh, look, I'm oppressed and this and that, use that as an opportunity for dawah. Empower yourself. Turn it on its head. Say, you know what? It comes with experience. It comes with a lot of heart. But if someone does say, oh, you take that mop off your head, or take, look how hot is it, love? Look, it's so hot and you're wearing that bin bag, whatever, yeah? Say, oh, that's a clever one, bin bag. What's your name? Really like it. So, do you mind if you got a couple of minutes, let me explain to you why I wear it. Explain to them. Because I feel, and this is a slight going off the discussion, and this is my opinion, I feel one of the reasons why Islamophobia is rampant is because us Muslims are not even told non-Muslims about Islam. Yeah. We've come in the 1670s, bless us. We've built our lovely mosques, minarets and wudu centers, and put the lotas in there. And we've done all that. And then we've sat in it and shut our doors. And if they got questions, who cares? But I've got my salah going, I've got my Eid going, I've got my community centre going, I've got my houses, I've got my country, I'm sending money back home. We've not even shared that famous story. I worked in an office, and when I do wudu, and in offices, they don't have a wudu centre. So when you wash your feet, you have to put your seat in the sink. So I put my feet in the sink, Steve walks in, that geezer's got his foot in the sink. What kind of Muslims are this? They don't know. They don't know what we're doing, subhanAllah. Because we've not opened our mouths and explained. SubhanAllah, I'm not even saying to Muslim community of Britain, I'm not even saying give them dawah. I'm saying at least tell them about Islam, man. Yeah. Forget dawah inviting them Islam, tell them about Islam. And I think if you did that from the early times, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, if we told them in force, this is why I love street dawah. This is why I love street dawah. Because you're out there in the center, confidently, without nothing to fear. You've got nothing dodgy in your bag, nothing. You're openly saying, look, this is Islam. That's not Islam in Syria and stuff. That's not Islam. This is Islam. Compassion, warmth, manners. But we've not done that. We've just kept Islam to ourselves, subhanAllah. So can you blame the non-Muslim? People will attack something which they fear and they're ignorant of. If you're ignorant of something, you fear it. And when you fear it, you attack it. So surely I feel that dawah is a beautiful way of attacking Islamophobia. Yeah? You kill two birds with one stone. You tell them about Islam, so they don't have to fear. Secondly, you call them to Islam, then you get reward. Do you know what I mean? You understand that point? So, there's a lot of stigma attached to the word dawah. So you can replace the word dawah, as I said, you can replace it with inspiration. I don't know if you can see it. Inspiration or advice or calling to Allah or whichever. It depends on which context you're in. Yeah? So I spoke about dawah defined. So dawah is basically literally, let me test you when I said what is dawah really quickly. Do you remember what dawah is? And it's when I say tawheed.
Calling people to tawheed.
And what is that again? Just the three parts to it. I'll give you the first one, you remember. So appreciating and recognizing Allah's existence, and that Allah is one in His nature, and that He and all praise, all praise and all worship and deserves to be worship. Okay, excellent. That is it. That's a dawah, inshallah. And in the future, sisters, when we do dawah training, if you guys want it, inshallah, is that there's this concept of fitrah. Basically, fitrah is that every human being on earth is born upon a certain fitrah which is inbuilt default position. It's only when they grow up in Blackburn or Accrington or London is they forget that original fitrah they are born upon. And what is that fitrah? Allah exists, He is one, and He deserves praise. This is fitrah. This is fitrah defined. This is default. We have to kind of uncover that now. We have to remove all the misconceptions, and we have to tell these people, do you know, you actually, when you were born, but then over time you forgot it, upbringing, whatever. Yeah. So you're only going back to something which is your nature, natural disposition. Okay. Now, multiple never-ending reward. This is one of the reasons. I mean, I would say this. You know, when it comes to motivation of Dawah sisters, when it comes to motivation to be involved in Dawah, and this has kept me involved in Dawah day and night for the last consistently since 2011. Then a gap, and then 6 years before that. The reason why is I can think of 100 reasons. In fact, I was thinking I'm gonna write a blog, maybe try to reach 100 reasons for Dawah. There are so many reasons, but some of the big reasons are either this one, which I'm about to talk about, which is multiple never-ending reward. This one, and if you don't inspire, you get inspiration. Or in other words, if you don't give Dawah, you get Dawah. So let me explain the first point. What this means is that if I was to give Dawah to a non-Muslim friend, so let's say, in fact, let me use you guys. Parent, can you give me a non-Muslim colleague's name?
Robin.
Robin. Imagine you gave really beautiful, full of hikmah, subtle, compassionate, warm Dawah to Islam through any means, a video, a leaflet, a flight, whatever, yeah, a conversation, coffee, whatever. Robin then, by the permission of Allah, accepts Islam. Yeah, all the things that Robin does from then on, all the things. By the way, Robin is a male or female?
Female.
Female, because it can be.
Yeah.
Robin Hood. Yeah. Robin Hood comes to Islam. Yeah. Okay, so all the things, all the salah, all the nawafil, extra on top of the faraid, all the fasting he does, maybe Monday, Thursdays, Ramadan, all the umrahs he goes to, maybe he starts a charity, maybe he becomes a scholar and teaches the Quran. Yeah, people do that. Because all the things he does, you get the reward as well. So, parent, you're sitting at home. You play PlayStation games.
No.
Okay. Give me a pastime that you do. That.
Social media.
Social media. You're there, checking out some Instagram account, saying she's got nice eyelashes or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just judging here. You're sitting there, scrolling away, whatever, at home. Yeah, and maybe there's TV in the background. And Robin is maybe giving a lecture or tafsir Quran to 1,000 people. You sitting home, you're getting reward while he's doing that. Like free investment or what? Because you get out. Yeah, the hadith says you get a share in the reward. Yeah, Robin then gives Dawah to Sarah, her friend, her really close friend, a really profound Dawah, amazing Dawah, which she learned from you, and Sarah comes to Islam. Now Sarah then moves to a Muslim country, let's say, and learns Arabic and becomes a scholar, and she writes a book, and that book gets popular around the world. And it teaches many people to lose addictions and become close to Allah. Sarah gets all that reward. So does Robin, who gave a Dawah. Guess who gets the reward as well? By sitting at home watching DMing people and DM by Instagram people. Do you know what I mean? You're sitting there. You could be going to a wedding, enjoy yourself, yeah, and listen to silly Bollywood. I've been to a wedding. My family goes and there's these silly Bollywood. You're doing that, and while Sarah Bichari, she's in Egypt somewhere in the sweat, and you're getting the reward. And then Sarah gets married to, she gives Dawah to someone, a non-Muslim guy from Sweden or Europe or Germany. He used to be a neo-Nazi, and these things happen, by the way. And he accepts Islam. They get married. They have 5 amazing children. 2 become hadith experts. 2 become writers. 1 starts an amazing charity which goes around the world. Yeah, they get the reward. Sarah gets the reward. Robin gets the reward. You get the reward. And then that family gives Dawah to someone else, and that gives it. And on and on and on and on. Multiple never-ending reward. That's the good thing about Dawah. It's the best investments. You see why I call it a startup? It's like never-ending. And look at it this way. Another way. All of us, and when I say all of us, I mean me as well, we commit a lot of minor sins. We don't lower our gaze as much as we do. Maybe we're not involved in major haram. And may Allah always save us from the fitna and haram and any kind of shirk. But we don't lower our gaze as much as we need to. We lie a lot. Exaggeration lies. We gossip. We backbite all the time. SubhanAllah. May Allah make us strong and get over that. So all these little sins, we don't know, Wallahu alam, what's going to happen to the day of judgment. We're going to be on the day of judgment. Imagine the scene, sweating. We're going to be sweating. We're going to be like all these small sins are stacked up now. Yeah? And thinking, you're thinking, oh my God, dude, that's it. The fire, that's it. Why do I, Allah send me back, all these sweating. Then you're told that you're shown mountains, valleys of good deeds. You're shown these are all those umrahs, these are all those 10 hajjs you went to, and these are all the charities that the sadaqah you gave, and these are all the prayers, millions of prayers. Hang on, I only went to Hajj once, or I only went to Umrah once, and all this charity, yeah, I gave a few on the mosque, but all this billions of dollar charity, that's the reward of your dawah that you gave to. That's when it's going to come in handy. All the good deeds that people are doing because your dawah, that's when it's going to come in handy. So dawah is another way of being greedy for good deeds. Good deeds, the deeds are going to save us, inshallah, and by the rahmah of Allah, of course. Yeah. To get the rahmah of Allah, you need to do something as well. To qualify for the rahmah of Allah, you got to do something as well. Yeah. So do you understand that, sisters? Yeah. So imagine if you could think of anybody in your family now. Yeah. Just to quickly, to really reiterate the point. So Tanya, apart from H, because we picked her enough, can you think of a Muslim, a guy or a girl that's you think that they need to change and start practicing Muslim Islam?
Is it K? Like nickname K?
Okay. So this person K, male or female?
Female.
Female. So K, imagine you learn some tips and trips from myself, from youth club, from the workshops, from the training, and you say certain things to them that alhamdulillah work, guidance of Allah, something's clicked with K now. And K starts praying salah, she starts covering alhamdulillah, she's staying away from all the bad habits of haram she used to do, she becomes an amazing worshipper of Allah, and then she maybe goes to studies, maybe she's in Arabic, she becomes a scholar, maybe she gets involved, maybe she starts another dawah organization in another town, and all those people, they give dawah to their community and they get hundreds of shahadas. So all the hundreds of shahadas and all their good deeds, K gets reward, you get a reward as well. And then so on and so on. And then if those people give dawah to someone else, like Sheikh Abdul Rahim Green. Sheikh Abdul Rahim Green, may Allah bless him, the founder of IRA. I think he doesn't know, but somebody made a calculation, he's got like 600 shahadas or something.
Wow.
Through his work, he's been giving dawah since, I think he accepted Islam in 1988 or something. And he's still involved in dawah, but not as busy as he used to be. He's old now, he's got kids and stuff, mashallah. I think he's been active non-stop until 2012, I think. 2011, he's been active. So from 1989 to 2012, non-stop dawah. Lectures, events, speakers corner, discussions, one-to-one, stalls, everything. 500 odd people come to Islam. Think of the reward he's going to get, subhanAllah. And then think of 500 people who've given dawah to someone else. Yeah? So this is why it's such a dawah is so beautiful. It's the best investment you can make. Yeah?
And then you think about what to give that one to him.
Subhanallah, yes. The guy, apparently the taxi driver who gave me a copy of the Quran, that's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He's going to get a nice surprise at Day of Judgment. Inshallah. Okay, my next point. Sister Perrin works in this center. Sister, do you have a part-time job?
No.
Okay.
But I'm hoping to volunteer in like a counseling thing after my degree.
Okay. Do you work with any non-Muslims anywhere, or have you worked in the past?
No, I've just done like work placements and volunteering.
Okay, and there's non-Muslims around you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and that volunteering placement, how long was that? A period of weeks or months?
I think it was like a whole year.
A whole year,
I
okay.
did that.
Okay, just keep that thought in mind. What about you, sister? Are you working anywhere where there's non-Muslims, part-time job?
Yeah, I work with, I have sports and leisure assistant part-time.
Okay, so at the leisure centre, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's non-Muslims, Muslims and non-Muslims, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
non-Muslim.
And there's non-Muslims, and even the Muslims there, you could argue that most of them are non-practicing properly, safely say, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a default position, unfortunately. And you, sister, I know you're involved with various charities, as you see,
Yeah.
non-Muslims, refugee work.
Yeah, with Red Cross.
Okay,
Um,
of course, yeah, Red Cross, yeah. I've done a lot of work with Red Cross. I told you that never
Yeah,
before. Okay, the reason I'm asking, sister, because I like to make the examples practical and so you can see the vision, yeah? I work with non-Muslims as well, for many years. You see, non-Muslims, if you're a non-Muslims, do you really think they're going to talk about Tazkiyatul Nafs? Are they going to talk about the Surah, Tafsir of Surah Kafirun? Are they going to talk about, you know, disease of the heart, Ibn Qayyim, Al-Ghazali? Are they going to talk about, no, what do non-Muslims average, what do they talk about? Drinking.
Yeah.
Friday night, down the pub,
Yeah.
bar, yeah? Celebrities, would you agree? Celebrities, yeah? Love Island,
Yeah.
yeah? Latest movie, music, shopping, materialism. Oh, that dress I saw in Zara yesterday, oh, it's so gorgeous, I want it, you know? Isn't that conversation, right? So my point is, you guys are mashallah practicing, alhamdulillah, and may Allah give you istiqamah, may Allah keep you firm on the deen and increase your knowledge, inshallah, and keep softening our hearts and become even better and more excellent worshippers of Allah. That's what we want to do. Each and every salah, each salah should be better than the last one. We become closer to Allah, our hearts are just completely melted away in awe and love of Allah, inshallah, yeah? Now, that's ongoing. My contention is this: if you are around